Hey there, everybody. Welcome back with the Plat, Purplatypus is the name, and welcome to another Dragon Quest Tact video. And you know what? We got ourselves a guide today. Today, as you can tell by the thumbnail title and hiccup, whatnot, we are going to be doing the Undead Battle Road 8 for none other than our good friend Ghost here. Just making sure that is correct. Yes. And so, this is the exact team I used right here. This is a pre-recorded video. This actually only took 2 attempts, so the RNG is not that bad. I would say if you do this exact strategy with these exact stats, you could probably get this in your first try, no problem. It may take upwards, I would guess, of like 3 tries if you get unlucky with misses and stuff like that. But it's approved. This is pre-recorded. Here we go. Hey, it's me looking at me. Here we go. I just recorded like 10 seconds ago and I did this. I thought it might, sometimes these take a little bit longer, but anyways, it's the exact team I used. Out of the pool of units, should you use any of the other ones? You could potentially use the other skeleton guy instead of maybe like this guy. This guy didn't really serve that much of a purpose. His paralyzed attack didn't do anything. He didn't do that much damage, but he has more attack than the other one, and the damage is pretty tight in this one overall. My abilities, you know what? I'm so sorry. Let's go over the abilities really quick. That's something I've been bad at in the past. So quickly before we go into it, you can see my levels, you can see my awakenings here. But for abilities, the primary one's Frightgeist is at +7 Zamel as his important one. The big one, the one that's going to be the hardest, and I think the one that really the strategy I use carried on, it's a bit of an overpowered strategy for sure. I'm sure there's more defensive slow strategies you could use. But I have +9 on the blast slash for the skeleton soldier. You might be able to get slashing edge to be like +8 or something like that to do similar damage. Because Royal Reptile is not weak to blast, and slashing whatever does more damage, but the other slash does more damage to the other enemies, so I leveled that one up. The Ghost has a Zam +8. I think that this is probably higher than it has to be. I just had a bunch of the C scrolls, right? Corporal has Dark Spike +7. He does pretty good damage here. He has +0, or he doesn't need anything on the poison attack. Whether or not he does, I don't remember. And then I have Gust Slash +7 on this drooling ghoul. Without any further ado, we are going to jump into it. It's actually the second attempt here. So yeah, this is my team. Let's go ahead and jump forward. Boom. Let's. You can see me winning, me winning, me winning, me winning, me winning, me winning, me winning. Don't spoil it for yourselves, guys. I should probably do it in a better way than this, right? Quit spoiling yourself. All right, here we go. I should have just jumped right about halfway through, right? Here we go. Attempt number 2 right here. All right. So you see I set my guys up in this kind of U pattern here. Now that might be a little bit loud, huh? It might be a little bit loud. Let's just we don't need it very loud. Go down to 30. All right, so first thing this guy does is, right, he moves down, boom, right here. These units all do the exact same thing every single turn for the most part. This guy moves down. This guy's going to move forward and selflessness or cover, whatever, you know, he's going to cover tank for this guy, and this guy is going to attack boost. They're going to do that for like the first 3 turns, basically, is what they're going to try to do. And so we're just going to interrupt that. So he moves down. I had been doing it where I didn't get up in his face the first turn, and I just found I wasn't getting enough damage. I was trying to pull him back another turn. But if you try to get this guy off of him, it could be a little awkward. I'm sure that there is like a more defensive strategy you could do, but also I'm kind of impatient. I like kind of trying to overpower stuff, probably because I have strong S units and I'm kind of used to playing that way. But I'm sure that you could try to lay back. But my strategy was basically to get into his face turn 1. So just start blast slashing right away. I was skipping this again and waiting till second turn. I was finding I wasn't getting enough damage to kill him on the turn that I wanted. And so this guy is actually huge. Like, this guy's stats are super important. This guy does more damage than anyone in the whole fight. Just gonna make sure that the whole game is in there. It's a little cut off on the edge, but everything important is there. So he's doing like 407 per this, because thanks to that awesome brand new corn that we got, it does great damage. Also, he's got pretty good wisdom, and again, the ability is pretty high. But we need to have his HP high enough where he survives this first attack here. He is going to get AoE'd, where this guy in our comp always moves down here, and he AoEs this right here. And so we need to make sure that this guy survives a hit, because he's all the damage. But also, we want to lure him kind of down. We want... It's not that we care that we need this guy to get hit over the guy over here or anything necessarily. It's that we just need to get in range of starting to do damage, right? And this guy coming down there is inconsequential, really. It's mostly about just getting this guy up here dealing damage on turn 1 so we can kill him in time. So party boost goes out, easy peasy. And Corpse General, this is the first piece of important RNG is you need to land this poison attack. Now he is super weak. This occasionally poisons. It happens. I mean, out of the like 6 times I did it in a row, like when I was trying this fight before I got the successful run, it worked literally every single time. Even if I envenomated him, it worked every single time between 2 attacks. So this is going to be a very consistent piece of RNG, but I assume it could fail. One thing worth noting that I zoom in here actually, and I just take a look at. I look at this guy. Look at this. This guy's poisoned for 5 turns. Poison only lasts for 2 turns, right? Or does poison always last for 5 turns? I guess poison always lasts for 5 turns, doesn't it? This is nothing special. In my mind, he was just poisoned for a goddamn eternity. For some reason, I was thinking when I did this fight is like, isn't poison only 2 turns? But no, because envenomate kills, that is 25%. So it actually procs 4 times. So that's just me being stupid. And you can hear me. Well, you can't hear me because I turned off my mic for this, but you can see me tapping. All right, so this guy's just gonna get into position, get ready for next turn, because I already know this guy's gonna come down here. Because that's just what he likes to do. He likes to hit this unit because he's almost dead. Now this guy can't take a hit, like basically ever. Maybe if you fully awaken him, he could, but mine is not fully awakened, so I don't think mine would be able to. I know we can't. Even if I give him HP and take his damage down, he still doesn't successfully do it. All right, so he's going to come down, and again, look how close this is, right? This ghost barely survives here, but it's very important. This fright guy. So I should use the right terminology when the other one's in here. Also, if you do get the blast slash to +10, like you can one-shot this this guy right here. As you can see, if you look really closely, how much damage I do. If I zoom it back just a little bit more, see, like he just barely lives. He doesn't quite die here. So that's super annoying. But if you get it up to +10, or you already have a +10, you'll one-shot this guy here. I'm pretty sure. And then it'll save you 1 extra attack later, but it may not be. It would make the fight slightly more consistent if you get a miss, because if you get a miss, basically that's what the RNG is if this guy or this guy, or, you know, if any of the guys miss any of their attacks against Royal Reptile, then you're gonna have to start over because you need all the damage. But this would let you afford 1 miss because you'd be able to have this guy later attack Royal Reptile 1 more time instead of attacking this guy. But it's not, you don't need it. I'm just saying that if you happen to have it, the fight will be slightly easier. And now this guy, Royal Reptile, is never going to get a chance to attack again. He was done. That 1 attack is the only attack he gets in this whole fight, because he's going to summon support and then he's going to be dead. So this is awesome actually for us. Again, this guy is doing most of the damage. He survives the hit. We're getting him fairly safe out of the way. This guy never does anything. He's poisoned. His AI is broken. It's not broken. It just, this is what he does. He heals himself when he's poisoned. Which is a fun AI. It's like special, because I don't think this is what the guys would normally do. Maybe he always does this in AI, but I feel like this is special for this fight, like a weird little mechanic of this target's AI. But yeah, we're just gonna start getting Dark Spike in, getting some damage. You don't want any of these miss. Like 200 damage isn't that bad. 197, right? This guy hits like a wet noodle at 88, even though we're trying to boost his attack as much as I can. It's just not quite getting there, but you still need the damage. And Ghost here does 121. He does actually more than this guy, which is pretty nice. He does have a pretty good weapon, though. So he calls in reinforcements. Luckily, he only calls in 1 sissy dragon. I don't know how much damage the dragon does. I honestly don't. I have no idea what this guy's abilities are or how much damage he does. I always just kill him before he has a chance to do anything. So what we're going to do here is we're going to explode this guy. Very important to note, because he summoned this on his turn. So unlike EX fights where when enemies get low, they'll just like summon guys immediately. This guy replaces his turn with a summon, which is important because he went first and he replaced his turn with a summon. And because it was summoned in this round, this guy doesn't even get an action this round. So he doesn't even get an action until next round. And luckily our guys are faster than him, so he never gets a chance to get an action. So we, you see, we keep wailing on him. Zamel almost kills him here. And you actually might think it only takes 1 more attack, but it actually takes 2 more attacks to kill this guy because most of our damage is from the other characters. This guy comes over, multi-thrust. He's already got this guy buffed up, I guess, as much as he wants to. Maybe after he summons, he changes his AI. I'm not sure. So this is here. This is that exact attack I was talking about. If you can one-shot this guy, then you could just, come down here. You could have this guy kill him to make it a little bit easier. But I like getting 1 attack here because, again, this guy can't one-shot him. But look, also he could one-shot this guy. So there's probably like a slightly more efficient strat to get that 5 turns. I don't get this in 5 turns. I think I get it in 6. But you see this has to land here for this. 88. And then once that lands, obviously spells don't miss. And then we get him here with the final like 113 or something. 121. Easy peasy. So we're on turn 4, and the only reason this turn it's not going to be done this turn is basically is because this guy, right? So we come up here, we just one-shot this guy. Boom. I don't know how much HP he has, but that is 769 since he has no defense. We probably, again, like, if I wasn't recording a video and I wanted to be risky and get 5 turns, this is probably where I would come up here and start attacking this guy. You don't do much damage, but because we're trying to envenomate him, I also probably wouldn't have attacked this guy. I probably would have envenomated this guy last turn, so he starts taking more damage. Might have a chance to do it a bit faster then. But again, I don't really make guides for the 5-turn strat because that's only 10 gems. I care much more about the mini medals, the 0 death. I didn't even mention that at the beginning of the video, but this is 0 death. You know, get the mini medals. And then we're done here, right? We know this guy one-shots this guy. This guy is going to die to the envenomate. This fight's over. If we can make it take 10 turns, but there's no reason to. You know, we're not in a hurry anymore. The fight is officially won by this point. Well, I guess once this attack lands. Boom, done. Because this guy's going to stand here and heal himself while envenomate kills him. But we are going to help the process along pretty easily. This guy still, again, this is another character. This is 1, 2, if this, you have +10 on Blast Slash, there, he could one-shot every unit in the map besides the boss. That's pretty crazy. Maybe he can't one-shot this guy. That's true. But he could one-shot this guy, he would one-shot the guy, the buff guy, and then he is going to do good damage here. You can see we got the crit, obviously completely unnecessary, doesn't make a difference. Didn't want to re-record it just because we got a crit at the end when it doesn't matter. And 753 damage, he went down. And you can see here that I already had the mini medal, which I actually got this on my first attempt. No, sorry, not my first attempt, but my first clear ever was a 0 death clear. I didn't first clear it and get that. But if we come back here, we could take a look at the end of the video. Do I have anything here just showing that I got that? I don't know, trying to be dumb. But if you take a look here, actually, you can see this is not the equipment I used on my initial clear. It is the one that I used in the video. But you don't need, this is the item you get for clearing this armor. You don't need this. I beat this without having the armor on my first clear, so you don't need it. But I just like showing that I have it. I don't know. And it's still good. I just like equipping better shit when I got it. And if you are going to equip it, I just like it on this guy. Gives a little bit of damage, and this guy is the damage carry. These two are basically the entire team for the most part, and these guys kind of are there to absorb hits and get some extra damage, and they do need to do their damage. But yeah, that's going to be it, guys. Thank you so much. Purplatypus is Purplatypus. I'm back to trying to make some guides. I'm going to try to do the rest of the battle roads, you know, slowly but surely. But this one has been on the docket for a long time. Never ended up doing it, and happy to get back to it. Wasn't too bad. Took me, you know, maybe an hour of actually. It was like I won't lie. I did have a lot of excess resources now. Like this time when I'm trying it, I do have excess resources, so it's easier to rank things up. I had a couple more awakenings. I had a couple more weapons than I did last time. Right, like I have the Zam corn, and I don't think I had that last time, so it's a bit easier than it was before, and I could just rank 6 everything, no problem, because I just have a lot of shit because it's been a while. And that's it, guys. Thank you so much. Peace out. I'm just rambling. See you guys next time.